Going live. Hello, shalom. Greetings and welcome back once again. I'm just here. I missed the yummy, but I have to wait for some things to pop off. So question: why did you get up from clear where you were to go find her?
No, I tried to tell her that it's okay.
But I'm on live though, so you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to go tell her something, y'all. Sometimes people be wondering, hold on, this thing's making noise. How I be knowing all this stuff. And I just take a lot of this stuff from everyday life. I live this stuff, y'all. Don't come over here. Now you're gonna come clear over here. So I just choose to look at my environment and learn some stuff, okay? Watch him now, watch him. Greetings and welcome back once again. Yeah, like I said, I'm at the Yummy waiting for the beans to do what they do. And we have events coming up this weekend, so good stuff. Anywho, we're gonna talk a little bit about jealousy versus envy. Babies, what is jealousy?
Wanting what someone else has.
Dang, that was quick. Wanting what someone else has. Maya, what's jealousy? I'm gonna ask the babies, y'all. These are the yummy babies.
Some wanting what some dancers have.
Okay, did you just say your sister? Okay, Tutu. They're just not gonna answer. So then what is envy?
It's just a synonym.
You think? Okay, so she thinks that's the oldest. She's like, it's just a synonym, mom. Okay, so I did take the liberty to look it up. They are related in some, but according to what I found, they're not necessarily the same thing. So jealousy has to do with a third. They say it has to do with something that someone feels they may have the right to or access to, like a relationship. For instance, children, right? And you may have a child who has the relationship with their parents, and then another sibling comes into fact that the attention and energy that was once given to what up, Malia, where are the attention that was once given to the oldest has to now be shared, and then you will see what they call jealousy arise, right? Envy, however, is something that we call ready eye, where you are just desiring what someone else has and you don't necessarily have a right to it. Okay? And so somebody, it could be bad mind or envious or whatever the case may be. But put your thoughts in the box and we'll continue to have this discussion. Is it the same? So one of them, the person feels as though they have a right or relationship with this thing, which can be in a relationship, which in whatever capacity that the relationship is, and they are jealous over that other person because someone has come in their place. So a lot of jealousy is based on fear, right? Fear seems to be behind a whole lot of stuff. A lot of jealousy is based on fear that you're going to be replaced or displaced, and that you're not going to get enough of that, what we talked about yesterday, energy that you're looking for. And when someone becomes jealous, they will do things to manipulate. Remember, we spoke about verbal abuse. Sit down there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yesterday, we spoke about verbal abuse in different ways in which people try to manipulate your energy. But you will see that a jealous person will begin to do such things depending on the personality of that person and how much they are jealous. They will begin to do certain things. The envious person, you can have someone who's envious of you, but they're not in your proximity. So a lot of people, even on celebrity, they will look at people and what they have when they flash it on the lifestyles of the rich and famous or MTV or BET or whatever, and that it creates envy, even not having a direct relationship with that person. So that's my thoughts on jealousy and envy, and how, today's we kind of cross them over, but they're really two different things. Like, somebody doesn't have a right to be jealous. You ever heard somebody say that? Like, you don't even have the right to be jealous. You understand what I'm saying? Because the right to be jealous would mean that you have a direct connection with, or you feel like you either covered or desire or feel you have the right to be jealous of this thing or this person that you feel belongs to you. Right? That's jealousy. If somebody is whatever they're doing. Usually it's with people, many times it's with possessions, and they're like, that's mine. And they're able to take back possession of what they feel that you have come between. But like I said, again, envy is more like just being a hater or being bad mind or covetous, desiring something that someone else has. So in today's day and time, that's some sloppy writing.
I tried cursing.
Okay. In today's day and time, you'll have, say you have friends, say they're women, and say the next girl went and got her hair did and her nails done and she's looking fly, and then you'll have other women or supposedly friends who are envious of either the attention that they're going to get or how they look. Immediately, this envy, what it does is it looks at whatever the object it desired is, and then internalizes it and then creates these type of feelings and emotions based on it. It's something that I often try to bring to the baby's awareness. Isn't it true? And so I have a joke because I can see when the temperature changes. I can feel it. So then I'll ask, like, do you have, what do I ask? Do you have jealousy? I will ask them straight out because it's not something for us to ignore or pretend doesn't exist. There's something for us to acknowledge so that we can begin to understand why it is existing. Do we have the right to be behaving that way? And what can we do to really deal with ourselves? Because a lot of times we want to kind of try to, like I said, manipulate others. But why are you jealous? Is there a reason for you to be jealous? Why are you envious? Do you need to be envious? A lot of times people want what others have but don't want to work for it, which is just a waste of time. Because each and every person has the ability, not to say necessarily, like, you may not be content with where you are, and so you feel that where the person is what's going to make you feel better about yourself. But the reality works that way, because the value of wherever it is that you get to, it really gets value with the work that you put into it, right? And so if you don't put in work, for instance,
A special talent? Someone has a talent?
if people are envious about talents, people are envious about gifts, people are envious about jobs, cars, relationships. The reality is, whatever you possess in this life, whatever you have, whatever you get, the value in it really is in the process. And if we skip the process, for instance, say you want to be called an author, but you don't want to go through the process of making a book or writing a book or doing the first, second, third draft of that book. So then you just want that title without actually doing the work. And herein lies one of the core things within in this thought of enviousness is desiring everything that's outside of you and not really taking account of what's inside of you. I've shared before that usually why would you do that? And then you came like all the way right here to do that. Father, help me, pray for me. It's been one of those days, y'all.
Mom's ready.
Yeah, I gotta let it finish steaming out first. They tell mommy it's ready, so I'm not gonna stay long today, y'all. But my point is to acknowledge the source of your envy or jealousy and see where it's rooted within you. Like, jealous and envious people will go to extremes to bring down to their level so that they can feel better about not having it or feel better about wanting it. And a lot of it is rooted in not being satisfied with your portion. We often go to the health food store, and then they give them these healthy little lollipop things. Random. I see it every day. Random, okay? When they see with their eyes the one that they desire, if I randomly give out the lollipops, the jealousy is sparked up, or I want that one, I wanted this one. So what I have come to do in certain spaces is just put it in a hat or leave it in the bag, and whichever one they pick out, what happens? That's the one you get. Right? Because it goes beyond, okay, now I have a lollipop, I'm mad because I don't have that lollipop. You see what I'm saying? So it's rooted in a level of ingratitude because wherever we are, there's something to be learned there. And it's not taught that much in society. Everything is dangling in front of you and it's saying, yeah, where you're going to get here, it's going to be better. Wherever you are in life, there's something to be learned at that point for your journey, for your growth, for your edification. When we look at others and where they have arrived and think that I want that for myself, yes, you can be inspired, but maybe that's not what you're supposed to have for yourself. Maybe that's not your path. Maybe that's not your course. Have we ever considered? You know what I'm saying? The TV says you want the white, the American dream, the picket fence at 2.5 point. How you have a 0.5 kid? I don't know. How you have a 0.5 child? That must be the dog or something. But, a picket fence and a backyard. And this is what the world was, a government shutdown. And in 1 month, you had people standing in. This is upper or middle class people in 1 month that is saddled with so much debt to keep up this American dream, were started to stand in pantry lines, having 2 car notes, 1 house note. You know what I'm saying? This person in college, they are working poor in the sense of you have all of these things, but you're in debt where there's no cash flow. So we have to kind of really reassess what is success, because what we have been told, what we're envying, like even when you look at this celebrity news and you're like, they don't even seem like they sleep well at night. A lot of them don't seem like, when you see them without the makeup and without the bling, you're like, wow, that's you. If you ever notice a celebrity, when they're at rising star and they put the light on them in a certain way and they're gleaming, this is all a science. I started to research it, and I think I'm going to go back to it because they've had books written like The Making of, right? The way in which they cast this image, which is idolatry. It's an actual practice. And so, for instance, I always noticed it with Jennifer Lopez. When she first came out and she started rising, right? The light would hit her a certain way and her skin would look like it sparkled and all of these things. This is how, because all of that is lights, camera, sometime have burnt out or are no longer on the level in which they want that for whatever reason, the person just lose that, they become lackluster. They lose that glow. They lose that shine. You see them on the street, you be like, oh, Cho, that's you? Not realizing that if you sat down at the table for real with these people, they have a whole lot of issues. It's just, what we have today in social media. Mommy says social media, that's funny. It's a filter. A lot of them, how do you have all this money and then you'd be like, yo, you in bankruptcy court? Then you really don't have a whole lot of money. You see what I'm saying? So when we're like, work for yours, show your children and your grandchildren the value of working for yours. And at the end of the night, you can sleep well because you worked for yours. And so, I was told young, and I try to share this on with my own, is that envy no one. Envy no one. They would tell us that envy no one, because you don't know what they went through or what they're going through, whether or not be it good or bad, to get what you are now seeing on sight and be like, I want that. Desire is a powerful tool. So you have to be careful where you point it at, because it's a driving force. It's magnetic. It pulls you towards whatever you want. But a lot of people, like they say, more money, more problems. If you didn't clean up your yard, if you up yourself, why is she watching me in the thing like I'm not here? You know what's funny about? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Which is the power of what. I have family who watches me, right? I have some here right now. Yeah. I am here in live person. And they will, when I'm talking live in person, they'll be like, They will go back and watch the replay, just like everyone else watches the replay, like they don't know it's me, which is just weird. Why do you do that?
They can see it again.
She says so they can see it again. Mother, I shout out to my moms. I love her. Mom Dukes will hang up on me talking about, I gotta go watch your video. And I'm like, but I'm on the phone. And she'd be like, I'll call you back. I gotta go watch your video. And I'm like, but it's me. You know what I mean? Which it's weird. I don't know. That's weird to me. But I mean, I guess that's the power of technology, that even when, the projected image, I guess, she'd be able to be like, I want to see what you said. But I'm like, I'm talking to you right now. What happened? You don't want to talk to me? So my daughter is actually watching me on the screen instead of watching me sitting next to her. She's laughing. It's not funny. Anywho, back to jealousy and desire. Shout out to those who just joined us. I'm not sure if you're texting. If you're texting, let me know, because I don't see it on my screen. What's so funny? Don't come. Jealousy and desire. Jealousy, again, is usually something that involves a third party. It's usually jealous of a relationship or something that the people share in common, and individuals are feeling that the energy or the attention is being taken off of them and onto this new object of desire. For instance, it could be a husband and a wife, and the husband goes through this midlife crisis and he buys a new car, and instead of taking the wife out to dinner or a movie, he spends all his time with the new car. He's washing the new car every day. He's taking the new car for a stroll. He ain't even asked her if she want to go on a ride. Understand? The wife, even though the car is an inanimate object, the husband may be projecting onto this car. He may have called and named the car Becky. You know what I mean? Got a name, special smell. And so he's making this object real. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that can cause jealousy, because the wife may be feeling, it could be the same. So she may be jealous of the car, and she may start to say stuff like, why do you always spend time with that car? You act like that car is a real thing. And then he may feel indifferent, because now you're talking about something that I have put so much time, energy in. It's a real thing. So instead of us pretending like this stuff doesn't happen, it behooves us to actually be like, wow, okay, I'm jealous about what? Why am I jealous? Is it valid? You know what I'm saying? Is it valid that, yes, this is what you're doing, you're not paying me attention, and you are paying more attention to this inanimate object? And then you start the discussion from there, because what happens is a lot of times people dismiss others' feeling, and then that breaks down the communication, because you're saying, oh, you then, instead of hearing what the person is saying, you are telling them what they should be feeling, and that's never good. Is that good? I'm tired, y'all. All right, I'm not gonna stay. You ain't no tired. I'm also me too. Y'all gonna clean this stuff up? Anywho, all right, y'all. This is a morning trial. I said, anywho, homegirl said, at any rate, these children be saying some stuff, some wild stuff, man. At any rate, that's something for us to think about. Again, it's something for us to be aware of and look at in our relationships, and see if we are contributing to the breakdown in communication. What is she doing in the kitchen? Little person?
She went to the bag.
It's something to help us in our daily lives, because that's what Solonomics is about. Help come back and talk a little more with you guys later. I hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments below. Feel free to subscribe and share the video. I don't always remember to say that, but bye. All right?
No.
Never. Anywho, shalom, everybody. Oh boy.